Thank you very much, Jean-François. So I'm less important than Irene because I'm no more elected, but I will try to do my best to conclude this day as well as I can. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Delighted and honored to be among you this evening to conclude this workshop that has featured high-quality presentation and engaging, sometimes divisive discussions. It is not easy to conclude such a rich presentation, but I won't be exhaustive. So I apologize for the missing, and apologize for my English too, which is not so good as I wanted to. I will try to make short because we received a lot of information today already. To provide context for my perspective, allow me to introduce myself. I am Jean-Baptiste Moreau, former French deputy of the French Parliament from 2017 to 2022. And I was spokesperson for the presidential party. I am fortunate to be closely connected to the President Emmanuel Macron and continue to have it here on agriculture and agri-food issues. I've seen him last Monday. With a background in agriculture engineering, I spent 16 years as a farmer and beef cattle breeder in center of France in the Creuse region. I've also served as a cooperative from breeders president and as the head of a slaughterhouse. Despite my political background, I can assure you that I'm anything but a supporter of jargon and political correctness. I have attentively followed today's presentations and some from the preceding days at INRAE, viewing them with a perspective that I can describe as anything but neutral. I'm known for speaking frankly, isn't it, Helen? And not being particularly friendly with anti-specist activists and the brand of political ecology practices in France. Often on various TV programs and platforms, we hear criticism of meat and livestock practices as environmentally destructive, among other things. First and foremost, many of these criticisms are voiced by individuals who know next to nothing about agriculture. Furthermore, these assertions are often presented as scientific when they are nothing more than baseless nonsense. We need that you, scientists, go to explain at TV or radio about what science really says. It was very interested in Anne Motte's presentation this morning. We have in France and in large part of Europe a very sustainable livestock. The problem of waste is a real problem in our consumption. We have to reduce that, and it could reduce a lot the emission of livestock in global. The ruminant turn protein we cannot eat into protein we can eat. That is very important because the opposite of meat consumption often says that we could replace livestock by crops for the human. I wait with impatience that one of these guys come to show me how we make crops in my mountain in the center of France. The small-scale livestock is already what we have in France. We have to protect our breeders from an international market which could destroy the small farms because of their lack of competitivity. The point of circularity in agriculture is very interesting, and I think we have to work on it. I followed the debate on insects with interest, and diversifying protein sources could be a valid point. However, when it comes to discussion about lab-grown meat or synthetic milk, which I personally refer to as benchtop meat or benchtop milk, my enthusiasm decreases. Allow me to reaffirm that livestock farming is not only useful but also indispensable to agroecology and, of course, to maintaining sustainable, environmentally friendly and biodiverse agriculture in our countries. I'm pleased to see that several studies presented during these days support this assertion. Beyond my concern about the purported environmental harm of lab-grown meats, there are two major dangers I see. Firstly, we have seen this morning that this technology was far from mature. It often involves patenting life forms, and it's currently being developed by those who seem more interested in making money than in considering the societal, economic, environmental, and health consequences. Many of these potential consequences are not yet properly assessed, and given the constant evocation of the precautionary principle for various reasons, I believe their commercialization is premature at best. The industry which want to commercialize that are more, for me, sorcerers, apprentices who want just to make money. Secondly, I've seen the study presented this week that says that that cultivate meat which want to capturing 0.4% from beef market at the horizon of 2030 would require 22 times more current global bioreactor capacity of the current global pharmaceutical industry capacity. That is insane to think that we will do that. Rest assured that I will do everything within my political influence to oppose their commercialization in Europe and in France. This does not mean that I disregard the environment. I believe that agriculture and livestock must continue their effort to minimize their environmental impact. Livestock in particular should reduce its greenhouse gas emission. I have a doubt on the evaluation and the real impact of this emission. I think it will be interesting to hear this discussion too on TV, because we have got always the development from the opposite side. Research should continue in areas like animal nutrition. I found the study on incorporating algae into animal diets presented by Benoît Rouillet particularly interesting this week. In genetics as well, measure and improving the feed efficiency and the emission of gas of our animals is crucial. However, drastically reducing livestock production, especially in Europe, as proposed by countries like Ireland or Netherlands, is both ludicrous and self-destructive. As global demand for protein rises, I'm fully aware that we can't keep deforesting to establish livestock operations. Yet, the more we decrease existing livestock production, the more we push for its establishment in regions where it is absent. Wanting to reduce livestock farming in Europe is in fact counterproductive on an environmental level. The meat we are not going to produce and which is sold, we will import it. Irene has said that. So it will have a dramatic impact, in fact, on the environment in the world. This meat will be made in other countries. It is pure hypocrisy. In Europe, we have generations who have been fortunate enough not to experience hunger. But let's be cautious that it doesn't return. Our European agriculture is generally not capable, available of meeting our needs, leading to imports. Being a livestock farmer is a challenging occupation, with meager pay and diminishing appeal for younger generations. It will be a great challenge for the years that are coming, because of my fear is not the public policy of reduce from livestock, but the natural reduction of number of breeders because of a lack of vocation. It is a real and great danger for our humanity. This international gathering of scientists like IEAP or today to discuss topics related to livestock and the environment are crucial for both of us as farmers and as politicians. Faced with some scientists who misuse their supposed scientific authority to advance their anti-meat agenda, we need scientists like you to reassert that scientific fact isn't a belief or a conviction, but an actual fact. I am not an adept of decrease. Progress in agriculture is science, more science and not less science. And you have a role to play as scientists. It is to explain to our citizens and consumers and politics what is the scientific reality. So I extend my gratitude to Jean-François Auquet and INRAE for organizing this week and this day. Long life science, long life agriculture, and long life livestock. Thank you for your attention.